Hello, welcome to Cross Security. In this session, we will discuss about the Ansible introduction. Myself, Satyesh Sharma, and in this session, we will discuss what is Ansible. So, Ansible is just a tool, management and configuration tool that is used to provide the deployment. So, in this session, we will discuss about the automation. What is the automation? What is Ansible language? And how to use this. So this is a part of RHL 8. In RHL 8, we learn about the Ansible automation. So we can perform the task by using the automation. So the exam code for this is RH294. RAC means Red Hat Certified Engineer. So in this session, we will discuss the first topic, that is Ansible introduction. So what is Ansible and how to use this, and what is the advantage to use this particular tool. Mostly, we perform the task by using the graphical mode, by using the command line mode. Mostly, all the administrator will work by doing the graphical mode, by using the command line mode, and he can use your checklist, documentation, memory routines, standard tasks. So he perform a daily basis task. So this is when we perform these tasks, so we can perform many errors if we use these tasks. So to overcome this particular problem, so we can use the automation. So automation, in this Ansible automation, just a language. In this language, we can write the playbooks, and by using the playbooks, we can easily perform our task. So what is automation? Automation provide, and it used to avoid the problems that come when we perform our task manually. So mostly administrator use the automation tool. So when we perform any task that is on, can be on a daily basis, so we can perform the task. And when we use this Ansible tool, so we can perform our task, and by using this particular language. So this language is not so tough for the human. It's very easy to read, write, understand, because this just in a text file we can write this particular all the automation task in a file, and in this file we can understand this easily. So how I will use this, I will show you this by the examples also. So in this session, we only discuss about the theoretical portions. So what is automation and what is the need of this? So I will discuss what is Ansible. Ansible is just an open source platform. It's just a open source platform. By using this, we can perform our task. So it's just a language. In this language, we can write the playbooks. So by using the Ansible tool, we can write playbooks. Playbook is just like a scripting, and it will perform by the Ansible engine. When we run any particular playbook, so that is run by the Ansible engine. So we should need to be install the Ansible package in our system, so we can run the playbooks. So by using this particular tool, this particular package, we can run playbooks. So playbooks just in a human readable format. It's just a file in which all the database, we can write all the database. So it is easy to read, comprehend, and we can easily change this. So we do not need for the special coding. So there is no need to learn the coding for to perform this particular language because in this we just write the playbooks to execute our task, so we can perform any types of deployment for the application. We can perform any types of configuration management task also. So we can use this particular Ansible concept. So Ansible not required any agent architecture. So because we mostly use this because this is only a agentless architecture. Because in this there is no need to install any specific package on the client machine. Suppose we want to perform our task, I will show you this by one picture here. Suppose we just want to create a user in this particular machine and this machine and this machine and this machine. So what I will do, so if we want to create a user in this machine, so we can create user add command. So what we will need this, so user add command here, and same for user add command in machine 2 and machine 3, machine 4. So we write command here also in this machine, in this machine, and this machine, and this machine. When we perform this task manually, if we use Ansible tool, so we do not need to write this. When we have this particular tool, so we require the Ansible tool. Suppose, so we required a Ansible tool in this particular machine. If we have a Ansible tool in this machine, so right, install the Ansible tool in this machine. There is no need to install Ansible tool in this machine, and this machine also, and this machine also. So in these machines, what we have required, so we only have the SSH functionality that is enabled on any Linux machine by default. SSH. If we have SSH here in this machine and this machine also, so there is no need to install a special type of package, special type of software. So we have the default software that is SSH. So we can use OpenSSH. So we can use OpenSSH, SSH. By using this particular OpenSSH program, we can access this machine remotely in control load machine, and from this particular machine we can perform our task easily. So this is the process by which we can run all the tasks. So we need here, what are the packages we need here to install the Ansible package and its related all dependencies also here. So we need only on this machine, not this machine and this machine and this machine. So this is the concept to use the Ansible. So we can perform our task from this machine. So write the playbooks here. So we can write all the playbooks to perform all tasks. It can be to create a user, it can be to, if we want to create the partition, we want to create the any other tasks, so we can perform. So Ansible just have the agentless architecture. So Ansible connect to the host. It manages using the OpenSSH and by using the binRM utility. BinRM utility is used in Windows machine. So by using these programs, we can access the managed host machine from the control load machine. So we can use these programs. So these programs are used to put the system in a specific desired state. So when we want to perform any task, so what we have to require, we should have required some modules. So modules are used to perform our task. So Ansible has number of other strength. Suppose we can use Ansible in a physical machine also. We can use this in a virtual machine also. We can use this in a cloud machine also. We can use this in a container also. So it also support the cross-platform support. It means it can be a Linux, Windows, and Unix environments, and all the devices. The devices can be in a physical environments, in a virtual environments, in a cloud and containers, all. So need, we can use these all. So this is okay. So in this concept, Ansible concept and its architecture will require two types of machine. The first one is control load machine. The second one is managed host machine. So as I have shown this picture, this is my control load machine and these are all my managed host machine. And we want to configure here web server, and in this machine we want to configure the database, and we want to configure here other servers. So we can deploy, we can create a playbook here, and we can push this playbook from this particular system. It will deploy automatically in these machines. So like this particular architecture we should have required. So we should have one switch and other machines, minimum two machines we will require for to perform this particular practicals, and this particular architecture we should have required minimum two machines. So and Ansible to be installed on which particular machine, and we should install the package only on the control load machine. So control load machine will require the Ansible package. So this machine has all the database, all the related the copy of the Ansible project file, all the projects. So what is the managed host? Managed host is a machine on which we want to perform the task. So we have required a inventory file. In the inventory file, all the managed hosts are listed so Ansible can understand for what PC we should create the user, we should install the web server, so in which the task will be performed, it is understood by the inventory file. So inventory file have the list of all the managed host machines, which organize systems. We can organize the systems in a group also, and we can organize system in an individual host also. So what is inventory? Inventory is defined. It can be defined in a statically, and it can be defined dynamically. Mostly we use static inventory, that is in a INI format. So we can define static inventory in INI format. Information file INI means information INI format. And it can be in a YAML format and markup language. So if we know about the what is play, so play is a series of tasks. What is a play? Play is a series of tasks on the host that I want to perform what types of tasks. So this is called play, specified by the play. And play is expressed in, it means it is written, it is in a format, that is a format will be YAML, and it's just a type of text file. So what is playbook? So when we write a playbook, the extension will be YAML, or the extension will be YML only. YML. So A file that contains one or more plays is called playbook. So what is playbook? Playbook is a series of plays, one or more plays, or we can say that it can contain one or more plays. So each task run a module. When we perform any task, it is performed by the module. So what is module? Module just nothing, it's a small piece of code. So module is a small piece of code that is written in Python language. It can be written in PowerShell language and it can be written in other language. Be specified with the arguments. When we type any argument, the task will be performed. So each module just like a tool, just work as a tool, or we can say that it's a toolkit. So when we perform any task by using the modules, so every particular module has the function of idempotent. So what is idempotent? Idempotent means when we perform a playbook, when we push a playbook one time, two times, three times, it will run. It's not show me any error. So idempotent means when your system are in a correct state, the playbook make no changes. When we want to create the user is already created. So it will not perform the task again. So it will check first. The task is in a correct state. So it will not perform the task. So we can perform any task multiple times. So idempotent has the feature if you run any playbook, if you run any ad hoc command multiple times, so you can run this. So every particular module have the feature of this, but some of them, some modules are not have the feature of this particular idempotent. So I will show you this in a next session. So we can, as we have discussed earlier, so this is a agentless architecture. In this, we can use WinRM module, SSH module, SSH program, not a module, it's a program. So WinRM program and SSH program to access the managed host machine. So this, so we should have installed the package on control load machine. So if we have the Red Hat machine, so we should have the subscription. When we subscribe this, so we can use this. So on control load machine, we should have installed the Ansible package. Okay, and what are the packages to we need? So when we create a control load machine, so then control node will be a Linux machine. When we want to create a Windows machine as a control node, so we can't perform the operation as a control node on the Microsoft machine. So Microsoft machine will not work as a control node. On Linux machine, we should have installed the package Python 3, 3.5. It can be Python 2, 2.7. So on the control node machine, these are the basic requirements. So we have to need this. And we have the subscription for this. So by this, in RHEL 8, this particular Python module that is already installed. So we have no need to install this. If we do not have the package, then we can install this particular. So this is the command to install the Ansible package. In next session, we will discuss how to prepare a lab, how to make a lab to perform our Ansible configuration, all task using with the Ansible. So I will prepare the lab. So we should have required 2 machines. So in next session, we will discuss about this particular session. So in this session, we will discuss only just what is Ansible and what is the use of Ansible, what is automation. And so thank you.